Welcome back, everyone. Today, we're taking something that we literally all do on complete autopilot, and we're going to turn it into an absolute superpower. We're talking about the self-introduction. Just think about it for a sec. How many times have you introduced yourself and walked away feeling like what you said was kind of just functional, purely basic, maybe even completely forgettable? Well, in this explainer, we're going to dive right in and transform those standard, everyday greetings into highly memorable, advanced personal pitches that command attention from the absolute very first syllable. Okay, so I want you to take a second and actually picture yourself in a really high stakes scenario. Maybe it's this massive, buzzing networking event, or maybe a career defining job interview, or honestly, just meeting a group of new, really influential peers. Now, mentally rehearse your go to introduction right now. Go ahead. Does it sound standard? Does it basically sound exactly like what the 10 people before you just said? Listen. If you're just rattling off the bare facts, you are leaving a huge opportunity on the table. Your introduction is basically your verbal business card. And that brings us exactly to the blueprint we're breaking down today. We're looking at this really brilliant visual guide, the 5-minute English cheat sheet for self-introductions. Right at the top, it promises to help you speak English confidently, and that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to use this as our master guide to make some incredibly simple but seriously powerful vocabulary upgrades. We're talking a complete shift from the basic stuff on the left over to the advanced tier on the right.
All right, let's jump straight into Section 1, Establishing Your Identity, the handshake moment.
So these are those absolutely crucial first few seconds of any interaction. It's where you establish exactly who you are, and honestly, where first impressions get instantly locked into the listener's brain. Now, the basic approach here is super simple, right? My name is Rahul. It's totally fine. But it's just very textbook. But listen to the advanced upgrade. I go by the name Rahul. What's actually fascinating about this subtle little psychological shift is that saying I go by the name adds this awesome layer of conversational polish. It instantly feels less like you're filling out a form and more like you're inviting someone right into your personal narrative. It's a huge boost to your conversational confidence. Next up, the classic question, where are you from? The basic phrase is, of course, I am from Delhi. Again, it's functional, it gets the job done. But listen to what happens when we swap out am from for the advanced alternative. I hail from Delhi. Whoa, right? Do you feel that difference in energy? I am from is just a simple geographic fact. I hail from adds this incredible sense of pride, history, and origin to what you're saying. You're not just located there, you literally represent the place. Let's actually isolate that key power phrase for a second. To hail from somewhere literally means to have been born or raised in a particular place. When you use this phrase, you instantly sound so much more distinguished. It actually has this slightly formal, almost literary quality to it that makes the person listening to you lean in just a little bit closer. It shows you've got a command of the language that goes way beyond just everyday survival English.
And then, of course, we have age. The absolute standard basic line is I am 20 years old. But check out the advanced version. I am 20 years of age. The real magic here is simply swapping the word old for the phrase of age. It's such a tiny tweak, but it effortlessly transforms a basic biological fact into a much more formal professional declaration. Especially in a professional setting, saying of age just sounds mature, grounded, and incredibly well spoken.
Okay, so you've survived the handshake moment. Now we smoothly transition right into Section 2, sharing your daily life. The small talk. Now, this is a phase where I see a lot of people accidentally downplay their own value. Here's a really classic example. Basic. I am a student. It's static, right? It's just a label. But listen to the advanced phrasing. I am currently pursuing my studies. The difference here is actually monumental. Pursuing my studies sounds so active and ambitious. It frames your education not just as this passive state of being, but as a deliberate, forward-moving journey that you are actively choosing to take every single day. I really want to emphasize this power word, pursuing. To pursue something means to follow it, to seek to attain it, or accomplish it. It's a hugely dynamic, forward-looking verb. When you say you are pursuing your studies, you're showing action. You're showing momentum and a genuine dedication to your own personal growth. It tells an employer or a new connection, hey, this is someone who chases their goals. And what about hobbies? The basic version goes, I like reading books and listening to music. It's a little abrupt, isn't it? Well, the advanced version from our cheat sheet says, I enjoy reading books and listening to music in my free time. This is a beautiful example of how elegant phrasing works. It replaces that basic like with the much more sophisticated enjoy, and it tacks on that totally crucial context of in my free time. That creates this beautifully complete conversational thought. It makes it crystal clear that you got a balanced, well-rounded life completely outside of your work or school.
Moving right along, we hit Section 3, Ambitions and Character, the big picture.
All right, this is where we get to reveal our core goals, our internal drive, and what truly makes us tick. This is your big chance to really stand out from the crowd, so pay close attention to this one. The basic statement: my goal is to get a good job. Honestly, it's entirely transactional. It's all about what you want to extract from the world. Now, look at this massive advanced shift. My goal is to build a successful career and make my parents proud. I absolutely love this one. It radically shifts from this transactional desire to just get a job into a real visionary mission to build a career. And actually adding that little detail about family pride brings in this deeply relatable human touch that's going to resonate emotionally with practically anyone you're talking to.
Next up, let's talk about describing your work ethic. Basic: I am a hardworking person. Advanced: I am a dedicated and hardworking individual. Notice that really sophisticated upgrade from the generic word person to the much more distinguished individual. And even more importantly, look at the addition of that really powerful descriptive word dedicated right there before hardworking.
Let's unpack that word really quickly. Dedicated means devoted to a task or purpose. By injecting this specific adjective right into your introduction, you are signaling immense commitment and reliability. Because let's be real, anyone can say they work hard, but saying you are dedicated implies loyalty and the steadfast focus on actually getting results. In any professional setting, that single word acts as a massive green light to whoever's listening. And finally, we arrive at Section 4, the perfect conclusion. Wrapping it up. So, how do we wrap this whole thing up smoothly, confidently, and professionally without just sort of trailing off into this awkward silence? Well, the basic way out is usually a slightly abrupt, "That's all about me." That is a total conversational dead end. It essentially tells the other person, "Okay, I'm done, stop looking at me." But contrast that with the highly polished, advanced phrase, "That's a brief introduction about myself." This is so much better. It leaves the door wide open. By framing it as just a brief introduction, you're subtly telling them there is way more to learn about you, which seamlessly invites follow-up questions and keeps the conversation flowing totally naturally. So, looking back at our master blueprint from top to bottom, we have absolutely upgraded our vocabulary at every single step along the way. But I really want to direct your attention to the ultimate motivational bottom line located right down at the foundation of this cheat sheet. Because guys, this is the real secret to literally everything we've just talked about. Practice today, improve every day. This is a completely powerful, energetic mantra straight from our source material, and it really cements the ultimate takeaway here. You don't just memorize these phrases one time and call it a day. Mastering this advanced vocabulary is a daily, rewarding journey. The more you practice saying things like, "I hail from," or "I am pursuing my studies" out loud in your room, the more natural it's going to become until it's just your brand new default way of speaking. So, my ultimate challenge to you as we wrap up this explainer is exactly this. I want you to take action. Look back at all the advanced techniques we've just decoded together. Which advanced phrase are you going to use first? Are you going to upgrade how you state your age? Or maybe you'll step up and become an individual who pursues a career, rather than just a person who wants a job? Pick just one, practice it today, and just watch how it completely changes the way the world responds to you. What's it going to be? Keep learning, keep improving, and I'll catch you all next time.